and welcome to Magical Marker, a game of Dungeons and Dragons and Drawings. We're a bunch of cartoonists and illustrators who won't just be playing the game, we'll be doodling what happens along the way. It's a PG-13 story of teens and tweens on their first big adventure on their own. Let's start with introducing our cast. Let's start with Boya.
Hi, I am Boya. I play a 12-year-old warlock bugbear character, and he is traveling with his friend Boxy, which is a wooden crate that carries everything.
And Priscilla.
Yeah, I'm Priscilla. I play Isburiel, who is a 17-year-old half-elf bard who really loves clothing and being mean to people.
And Caitlin.
I am Caitlin. I play Zip. She is a drow fighter, and she's 16 years old.
And Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. I play Swell, who is a 15-year-old Water Genasi cleric who worships the Tempest god Sunda.
And I'm your Dungeon Master, Brian, and I'll be doing all the NPCs, including Sutran, a magically animated severed hand from decades ago who is looking for the rest of her body so she can magic herself back into a person. Last week, you made a deal with the devil by giving a succubus a magic blindfold that would let her scry on the denizens of hell in exchange for the people she had taken away into her magic painting. She had been let into your world through that painting that copied her magic runes, making it a portal for her to sneak into your world. She had taken the painter Casson and your auntie Britta and others from in town. And while she had drained the life from the other captives, the devil woman had found Britta in an already mentally mashed up place. After some investigation, you discovered Britta was probably trying to scry on an orange-haired individual who you suspect is behind the disappearance of your mentors. Her mind and soul has been trapped somewhere else, and returning it will be no easy feat. You are with the wizard Crame and priest Midbranch Revan in a temple to Lundariel, the god of nature. They have offered various ways to retrieve your adult helper, but none of them are easy. Sorry, not retrieve, revive. However, thanks to Britta's journal, you have a few different plans of attack to move forward with attempting to free your mentors from their titanic prison to consider. Crame and Revan, they have been discussing with themselves a little bit, and they turn to you and say, well, if you're dead set on going after your sister and trying to save everyone, we can take on trying to figure out how to save Britta. If you would, you can work on how to save the rest of the team.
Sure. Do you think you have it in you?
I think if we don't know how to deal with it, I think we know other people who will. Britta's made a bunch of friends, and we should be able to call in a few favors on her behalf.
Makes sense. Delegation is the key quality of a leader, and so I think we should exhibit it.
Great. You were asking about me contacting your sister to see if you could figure out where she was or something.
Yeah. Well, I know that she's in the desert.
Tell me something more about her.
Well, she's an orc, and her name is Mog, and she's really pretty and smart and strong and cool. What else?
Any physical features that stand out?
She has really long hair, and it's really pretty and black, and she's about 7 feet tall, and she is usually dressed really cool.
Yeah, it's good to dress cool when you're in the desert.
Oh, and she has green skin.
Green skin.
Yeah,
so,
not like me. I'm blue, she's green.
Right. So she's somewhere in the desert.
Yes.
Her name is Mog.
Yes.
Okay, I think I got it all. I'll see if I can... I should be able to message her.
Yes.
So...
Do you have anything of hers? Remember how we contacted Auntie Britta?
I mean, with the With a scry spell, that's more important, but I think with the sending spell, I should be able to reach the Mog. Unless there's another Mog who is in the desert and, is your sister.
I mean,
So-
I don't know any other Mogs in the desert. I just
So-
know the one.
Yeah.
I got my magic confused.
That's all right. And it's also because you were dealing with old school magic. And so Sister Sweet Tooth needed different things in order to cast her magic than a traditional player's handbook spell. So he says, I can send a 25-word message, and then I'll get a 25-word message back. So figure out what you want to tell Mog, and I will send the message along.
Okay. Give me a moment to compose my message.
Certainly, certainly.
Should we?
And while you're sitting there trying to figure it out and writing things down and scribbling, Casson comes walking back in. And he's like, "Oh, thank you all so much for getting me out of that painting. It really means a lot to me. It's good to be back out in the world, being able to walk around and touch things. And sorry you haven't been able to free Britta. It looks like she's not doing so well." And the priest and the wizard explain how they're going to help out, and they get talking a little bit, but Casson is like, we can catch up on that in a minute. I just need to thank you all. I wanted to give you a gift. And he has a pouch that's about this big, size of a couple apples maybe, and it's like, these are some of the gems that I was going to use to do some more painting, but I think I'm off painting for a little while, so these should be worth something. You should be able to buy some stuff for yourselves with this. And he holds out the gems. Oxy opens up like this, like,
I was going to try and take it before Ispiril did.
Asriel's already got his hands out. He's like, oh, thank you so much.
How much
who should I be handing this to?
you put it
Obviously,
in a box.
this is Dobby and the Time Slaves. They say at the same time.
I'll put it over here, and you guys can think about it, and when you agree on who gets it, who's holding it. Or if you want to split them up, he puts it down on one of the benches, one of the pews in the temple.
What was the name of the place we were at the start when the Titans attacked?
You were in Flarg Five Wands Castle. I mean, the word Flargs might be enough.
Yeah. I'm assuming that Mog is also apprenticed to be
Titus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she gifted as well?
Yes, she is.
So. Yeah.
Wait, how are you how are you using the gems to paint?
I crush them up into fine powder and mix them in with the oil, and I use blue gems to make a blue color, and red gems to make a red color, etc. Some will be worth more than others because some are more rare and some are larger and whatnot, but that's the least I can do.
Message is prepared.
Splendid! Crane says, let me read this. And he holds it up.
Okay,
What does it say?
says, Dear Mog, this is it. I'm at Britta's. Titans attack Flog's castle, and Titus is trapped in a crystal chimera. Where are you?
Okay. So, Crane reads that out, and he's like, he casts the spell, and he's like, okay, here we go. He reads it out, and says, I'm just going to repeat back what she... Oh, nice try, fart burglar. I'm not falling for that. Go... Oh, dear. Nope, I'm not saying that. Your sister's got some real manners on her.
Okay. What can I say to convince her that it's Zip?
Did you have like some kind of word you could say, like a safe word or something? I guess.
Well, considering that Mog and I never really engaged in activities that required a safe word.
I didn't mean it like that, but something you could say so she knows that it's like a.
Well,
Isn't this sort
sometimes
of the opposite of a safe world? This is a world that indicates that nothing is safe right now, so it needs time to be serious.
Okay, don't worry. I have a nickname for her that she used to be called when she was little that I'm pretty sure like 99% of people don't know about.
Well, you just have to use her full name. That's it. If you use the full name and then tell her, like, get over there, then she'll know that it's serious. You know?
I mean, when I was a kid, we used to, play wrestle until we said uncle or something, but some people are like, uncle, that's weird. We never would say that. So maybe you do have a word. I don't know.
Maybe. All right, let me compose another message. Do you have another message in you, Cream?
Fine. I can't sit around doing this all day because I'm going to need some of them to try and save Britta, but I'll do another one.
Okay.
And I'll say...
then afterwards, I can teleport you to where she is, but once you're there, you're on your own. I'm just going to teleport back.
Wait a moment, but why are we trying to go to your sister? I thought the idea was to go to Dark Chasm to find this castle hunter. I mean, I'm sure your sister is pretty and strong and all that, but priorities here.
Well, we are going to my sister because she's in a desert that's in a place that we need to be.
Oh, wait, what? Why do we need to be in the desert?
It feels like it was like ages ago we talked about this, but it was only like 5 seconds ago. So
yeah, it's strange how memory works.
I'm pretty sure it was like we could go. We were going to do like a succession of things. We were going to first of all save Mog from being killed by ghost orcs because that feels pretty important. And then that was on the way to doing the second thing. Which was? I forget already.
It was Dark Chasm. I almost said castle. Dark Chasm. This was mentioned in British Journal. It's the place, town of dwarves at the bottom of the empire, and it said Castle Cruncher is there. And
it was like near the desert, right? So we were like, well, why don't we just stop off and get Mog on the way to the chasm because she can probably help us because she's really strong and pretty.
But what if we tell her to meet us there, and then we just teleport directly to the...
Or we could just teleport to Mog because that's where we're going.
But we don't know where she is. Just that presumably she's in the desert.
In the desert, walk to the other place.
Cassin interrupts and says, if you're looking for a fast way to travel between places, Britta had something that might work.
Oh, what is it?
She had a vehicle that Zug made for her.
What kind of vehicle?
It's like a clockwork contraption. It moves super fast.
Really?
Yeah. She took me out for a few joyrides.
Joyride?
That's the painter guy who's telling us that?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I need to concentrate on this message. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Well, can you bring us the vehicle? Where is it? Let's see.
If we can get back into into her home, I can show it to you. She's got a whole bunch of secret compartments and stuff around. I don't know where most of them are, but I know how to get to the vehicle.
And I want to say to this guy as well that while Kramen and the cleric, they said they're going to like do their best to revive Britta, but you're kind of responsible for her like going in that thing, so I expect you to help as much as possible. I know you've already like given us money and stuff, but she needs your help.
Hey, whatever I can do. I mean, I'm not a wizard or cleric or anything, but I'll help out any way I can. That's why I'm telling you where these things are, giving you some money, whatever you need.
Just trying to make him feel guilty. Putting
He
that
seems-
church guilt on him.
Give me some. Give me an insight check.
All right. First roll is just want to say my passive insight is 15, but I rolled a 9.
9.
So,
Yeah, well, it's while you're, telling him to feel guilty, you're in the process of that. So you're more concerned with what you're saying to him, because like I should make sure he feels guilty, and then you're getting the feeling that he probably already does feel quite guilty about this if you're reading his body language right.
the intent isn't to make him feel guilty; it's to guilt him into doing everything he can to help Britta.
Mm-hmm.
So, just to get it right. I want him to be like, okay, I've got to do everything for this woman to bring her back. The land.
Can I roll to just try and tell what Swell is doing to this guy?
Sure.
Oh, I have no idea. That was a 7.
You're too focused on how do I get those gems, I guess.
How many gems did he give us, by the way?
It was like a little sack.
Okay.
I mean, did we put the gem away? Is it still sitting there?
They're still sitting there. He said, I will, put this here, and then you guys can figure out who wants it or who should be responsible for them.
Okay.
Boxy's been inching his way over towards it.
I'll just grab it and put it in Boxy.
His brother's been trying to very casually move over that way, so it doesn't look like he's really jonesing for it. And then he goes like, as Bug just grabs it without preamble.
Okay, second message complete.
Okay, let's hope this one goes a little better.
Okay. Seriously, Budge, this is it. Don't make me tell this guy about the time you fell into you-know-what in front of Dee Dee Papanopoulos.
How many words is that?
Exactly 25.
Okay. So he takes his time and casts a spell, says your words, and he goes, I'm in White Wind by Devil's Tear Mountain. Almost got what Titus asked me to find. I miss you, sis. Moi. That was like a kiss sound effect.
I got it, yeah.
Okay.
It was an emoji. She said.
I felt weird making the noise. Because it wasn't from me. It's from her. So.
Do an XX.
A winky face.
Like, call attention to it. Awkward.
I can get some maps and
Wait.
we can figure out where this is. And he sends his Earth Ganassi buddy back to the tower to get some maps and retrieve them, and maybe meet you in the gallery if you guys want to go see if Cassin can show you guys where the vehicle is.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we be teleported with the vehicle?
That was my concern too.
No. That is, that's too big. I can either teleport you, and you can get there super fast, or you can take the vehicle, which is going to be faster than sailing or walking maybe, but...
Is it a flying vehicle?
Yeah, it flies and it goes underwater. It crawls on land. It's pretty great.
My D&D Beyond just crashed.
Oh no.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm also excited about this vehicle. It sounds rad as hell.
Let's go take a look.
All right.
Let's just see it, and if it is very cool, then maybe we'll take the time to time.
Yeah.
So when Brother Sarek lets you guys back into the gallery, and Cassin asks for you guys, he doesn't want the other people that live on the island to see how this secret door is opened. So he doesn't want Crane and Sarek and Revan to watch what he's doing. But he'll let you guys follow him down into the bottom of the gallery. And there's like a secret passage where he goes up to one of the paintings and he goes to the frame, and behind the frame there's like some knobs or something that he's twiddling with, and then right where the wall would be between two pillars, it like sort of breaks apart and slides in, and there's a staircase leading down. And you guys...
Nice.
You'll need a light source, or for those of you who can see in the dark, you have no problem.
I can cast my fairy fire. Oh, dancing light.
I think it's just me. I'm the only one that can't see, right?
Do buggers have dark vision?
Zip just fairy fire, or sorry, just dancing lighted. So.
For some reason, I feel as if a flock of bats should be flying out of this when it opens. It makes a quick minor illusion of the sound of fluttering bats, just to satisfy a sense of drama.
I think I got some torches.
All right, this is what you guys see.
Oh wow!
The bug bot.
Oh wow! This is interesting.
Still namesake bugs. How fast does it go?
Oof, really fast. But okay, here's the sweet part. When it gets going really fast, it turns invisible. But when it goes super fast, you can't really control it very well. So you can't be invisible and like be using it to move around, like dodging around. But if you're flying straight through the air or straight through the water or something, no problem. If you're trying to navigate a forest, you're not going to get up to speed.
Oh,
How high does it go?
yeah. How high does it go? Good question.
How deep does it go?
I don't know. She didn't really tell me that.
Well, I think we need to take this baby for a spin to see what its capabilities are like.
Bug, you know that Zug is nothing if not thorough, and probably has put some sort of manual somewhere within the thing. Like there's probably like a little compartment where you can pop it out and find a manual. Because he did that sort of thing when Zug was designing devices and clockwork machines for other people. He would always include something on how to operate it and even how to repair it.
Like a manual in the machine?
There probably should be, like having an owner's manual in the glove box of a car. Like, it'd be the same sort of thing.
Okay. Let's see how this how we can operate this.
I'm gonna climb in.
Yeah, we'll just go and search to see if there's any information.
I'm gonna get straight into the driver's seat and try and start it.
I want to ask Kazan, about how fast do you think it would be able to get to him, say, what was the name of the island that we first landed in? Fire or something?
Sleeping Fire.
Yeah. To Sleeping Fire, for instance.
Knowing that by boat it took, this is the DM trying to do the math here, knowing that the boat took you, a very fast boat took you 13 days or so. And how fast are boats supposed to be?
3 or 4 miles per hour. 24 hours a day.
So it's basically walking speed, but it can go 24 hours.
Yeah.
Let's see, where's the speed here? It basically would go 4 times as fast. So it would be a quarter of the time.
And how much, he kind of uses, and how much further is it to Dark Chasm, to the Gempire? And he pulls out a map, or hopefully they have a map, maybe they don't.
Yeah.
Let's do some calculations.
So I will do a rough sketch of where these things are in relation to each other. So if this is Sleeping Fire, you go past a whole bunch of islands, and you're on this one now. If you go up here, you're going to get to the Vasilic Kingdoms. And if you go over here, eventually you're going to get to the Tririme. And you probably need to go about in the middle of Swell's chest here to get to the Gempire. And then the Crush, like the place where you're going to get Doomhilda's hammer, probably around...
Oh, wow.
Maybe even further than that.
That's like more than 4 times. Well, that's like 5 times longer.
Do you know where White Wind was it?
They were going to get a map,
Okay.
and they're going to try and figure it out.
So to get to the Glass Dominion, the desert, it will probably take like another 10, 14 days.
And
By boat, it would take you more than, let's see.
Even longer, yeah.
So,
Or no, I'm saying on the vehicle, because it's like, you said the vehicle is 4 times faster, but the distance is about 4 times longer. So
yeah, it'd probably take you a couple weeks to get there by
the bug.
bug. But
Bug
you
would
know that it would be going... You'd probably be able to catch up and pass the ghost boat. Because it travels faster than the ghost boat. So it depends on whether you still want it once you visit Mog to then travel onwards, or whether you're like, we need like time's of the essence, and once we get to Mog, we'll find a different way to keep going. So
I'm going to climb in and look for that instruction manual.
Yeah.
I'm already turning it on. I'm trying to turn it on. Can I do a proficiency check to see if I can get the motors running?
You
I
can
want
do
to
a
see if this
proficiency
thing
check.
can shrink or something.
All right. So Bug was going for the manual first, and Zip was going for the driver's seat. The drivers, there's actually 2 driver's seats. There's 6 seats in here, and the back 2 are more like benches, and the front 2 are more like chairs that are divided by levers and buttons and things. And you can pilot on the left or right. It's up to you which one you want to pick.
I'll probably pilot on the left.
Okay. And give me a proficiency check with your skill there, whatever vehicles is.
I actually don't know what it is.
I think you just do a basic ability roll, whatever it is, and then add the proficiency bonus.
Yeah, but is it using a skill? Like, is it
Yeah,
using
is it
wisdom
like
or
wisdom
I
dex?
think tools normally do that, no?
What's
It's
that?
like I don't think tools normally do that. It's basically
No.
an attribute roll plus proficiency.
Thieves'
So
tools,
it's like doing a skill. But
yeah, Thieves' tools are definitely dex plus proficiency.
Right.
I don't know. Google how to drive. D&D. Maybe.
It's got to be either wisdom or intelligence, right? I mean,
and then I think like during like special, checks, like a dex saving throw or something like that, if we're driving and about to hit a flock of birds, I don't know.
yeah, to figure out how to use it, it would be dex it would be wisdom or intelligence, and then to operate it while it's moving, it would be dexterity.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did an intelligence check, and I got 14 with my proficiency bonus.
You feel like you know what most of the stuff does. You don't, like, you're looking at it like, I don't know what some of this stuff, there's too many buttons, but you think you can get it going. And you start it up, and it goes, starts to hum. Bug, you found the manual, you're flipping through it. It's telling you that it has a top speed of 120 feet per round, and every 6 seconds, basically. Once it gets past 40 feet, it is starts to turn. No, it normally moves at 40 feet, so like it normally moves a little faster than people walking. it becomes hard to turn at speeds above 60 feet per round. It doesn't advise trying to do any sort of, like you can do sort of wide arcs, but no hairpin turns at that sort of speed, or the whole thing might fall apart. And once it gets above 60 feet, it turns invisible. And once it drops below 60 feet, it becomes visible again. And Zip, you're working these things, and you realize it's got claws on the front that it can fight with if it needs to.
Do I need like a co-pilot to like do the claws while I'm flying it?
Maybe. It certainly would make it easier.
Does it say how high it can fly?
Yeah, it says it not recommended for travel to the ring. Will probably.
Right. So it can't go into space.
And then not recommended below or into the, can't handle being in the midnight zone as far as depth.
So no pressure or lack thereof.
Yeah,
basically.
So like
an atmosphere of 1.
What was that, Boya?
Oh, does that need rest? Does it need rest to rest in between?
No.
Yeah, what makes it go? What's it powered by? Magic?
Magic. There's like a bunch of pictures of showing how it actually works, and you can recharge it should something bad happen by funneling magic energy into it. So you think that if you have a spellcaster who uses up spell slots, you could just funnel your energy into it if for some reason it stops working.
Oh.
Boreal, seeing the other like joystick like or whatever it is thing for handling the claws, kind of pokes his head in and then reaches out and is like, and then suddenly like a claw goes boop, and then starts to flail as he like fiddles with some of the stuff. Like, oh.
Nearly take the artist's head off as he's watching from outside.
Does it say anything about having a small form, like what Swell was saying?
Yeah, does it shrink or get bigger?
No.
Okay. Alright, what do you guys think? Should we take this thing or should we just teleport there?
I definitely
this thing
think
is
we
cool
should
as
take
hell.
this thing. Yeah. I think this thing is going to come in handy more than once.
Is there anything else in this garage? Is it just that?
That's mostly it.
Okay.
Investigation check.
Investigation check. Eight.
That's it.
I wonder if that wizard could shrink it for us.
But then how would we unshrink it later?
Yeah, what would be the purpose of shrinking it?
To take it with us. I think it's really cool, but like we can't get it through.
I thought you wanted to go on like a magic school bus, like inside someone's body adventure.
Just
we do the rest of the mission like in shrunken size, in tiny form.
We pull an Ant-Man.
They'll never see us coming this way.
Pull an Ant-Man and Thanos. Good work. All I'm saying. No, it depends. If we're gonna get teleported, like we can't take this with us.
Well, listen. If you want to be a sissy and teleport, then you go ahead, and we'll just meet you there in this cool flying bug car.
To some extent, it depends a little bit on how far away Monk is. if she is quite far from Bell Chasm, then it might be more practical in the long run to take this. Because once we get there, if we get teleported, then all we have is our stunning good looks, or at least my stunning good looks, and our feet, to get from place to place. So, at the very least, it might come out about even in the end.
Yeah. Or, I mean, I don't see why we can't just teleport to the chasm and tell your sister to meet us there. Do you think she wouldn't go?
We can't teleport with the flying bug.
I know.
Mobile.
Not have the flying bug. We just...
Yeah, like leave it behind.
I'm not leaving this.
Tell it to autopilot to us and then meet us there. Can it autopilot? Like, I looked through the manual.
It does not appear to have an autopilot. You'd need somebody else to pilot it.
Boxy can pilot it.
Boxy and Sutran. Gifted ballets.
Great combination. Oh my god. Alright, well, okay. How do we get this thing out of this dungeon?
There's a way to open like a door that will pop out in the bottom that will sort of be able to fly out through an illusion.
Okay, let's get out of here first and take you for a spin. What do you say, Sid?
Do it. I'm going to pilot the bug mobile out of the garage.
Give me a dexterity proficiency check to see if you can get it out.
It breaks.
Yeah. Watch us not be able to take it at all now.
Well, I got a 16, so it's fine.
All right. You manage to get it out the tunnel, and you pass through this illusionary wall, and all of you who are on board, like the lid closes down, there's that sort of hissing noise as it there's a compression, and there's another hissing noise as it fills in with oxygen. So it wants to make sure that you guys have enough to breathe should you go into water. And then it's, you're zipping around. And you're able to do some pretty cool maneuvers as you fly out with a 16.
Does Zip just, like, after you fly this around, do you get better at it? Because, like, if you had to roll every time, is there, like, a bonus after flying for a while?
Yeah, do I get more proficient at it?
No,
Yeah.
but I will ask you to make checks when you try to do something tricky now.
Okay.
So,
Like a new thing.
yeah, like if you're trying to use it to maneuver, now that you've used it and have used it successfully, I would do it if you're trying to maneuver around something difficult, or shift gears quickly, or use some sort of feature that maybe you haven't read up too well on.
All right, I want to try and take it up as high as I can.
Okay, just straight up.
Just straight up.
Everybody who's on board, make a Constitution check.
Constitution check.
I got
Check,
a
not
19.
You're gonna kill us.
18.
6.
5.
Swell.
I said 6.
6. Okay, so Bug, this is like the most fun roller coaster like thing you've ever been on. You're having a blast. Zip, super fun. Swell, East Burial, and Boxy are all looking a little green, like, and like with a who got the 5?
Me.
You throw up in your mouth, and like a little bit trickles down your chin.
Okay. And then now I'm gonna level out, and I'm gonna go really fast so that we can go invisible.
Well, you hit invisibility going straight up.
Oh, great.
So you're invisible, and then you're flying above the clouds.
Okay. Now I want to like punch it back down, and I want to like dive it underwater.
Okay.
Like, hold on to your butt.
And there's a big splash. And you're maneuvering under the water past, you know, in the distance you see like scared fish. But it's kind of hard to see because there's no lights right now. But there is a button to turn on the lights if you want to make yourself seen.
Yeah, I'll turn on the lights.
All right, you turn on the lights, and because you're going deeper down. If you stay up near the surface, it's fine because it's a sunny day and the light's going through and you can see where you're going. But as you go down deeper, you're like a bug that is now visible because you're radiating light from yourself. Your little glow bug speeding through the water.
We're gonna get eaten by a dragon. You're gonna kill us.
Jeez, way to be a buzzkill swell.
How fast is it going again?
120 feet per 6 seconds.
Well, we don't want Swell to poop his pants, so I'll take it back up to the surface, and I'll take it back into town.
Are you just going to land it outside the front of the gallery, or are you going to try and take it back in the docking bay?
I'll just land it out front of the gallery.
Okay. So you reveal your secret bug machine to the world, and people are like all running like, what is this? Oh my goodness. And like people from the park are running over to see what's going on.
It was secret?
Well, it was hidden away in a secret compartment. Underneath the thing, behind an illusionary wall. So it was implied that it was secret, but nobody necessarily said it was because Britta wasn't here to tell you anything.
I'm gonna engage anybody that comes up to talk to us with. I'm gonna be kind of like bragging about it, like, oh yeah, this baby can go 120 feet in 6 seconds. Which I did the math, and it turns out is only 13 miles per hour.
We've never experienced speed before.
Then if that's as fast as it goes, it's got to go faster than that. It's going to go way faster.
Why don't we do 120 feet per second? Why is it per 6 seconds? That's a weird.
Because it's per turn.
Yeah, we might need to use it in battle. Is what I'm thinking.
So okay,
pardon me.
Let's at least double that. So we're going to take it up to 240. So that would be 26 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the driving speed.
Okay. Let's add another 120 to that and bring it up to 360. Okay. How are we doing for speed there? Now we've got up to.
It'd be 36.
39.
Yeah.
I don't drive at all, and we're more kilometers than miles here in Canada.
That is 62 kilometers per hour, which is like,
yeah,
you're
that's
driving around
like cruising around on back roads.
Yeah.
That's highway driving.
What?
Well, it's not highway. That's pretty slow for the highway.
Okay. Then let's.
A horse can run at maximum sprint just under 90 kilometers an hour, so 88.
Okay.
All right. Let's take it up one more notch then. So let's go to
55 miles per hour.
480 for your top speed. Now we're into.
So it's
wait,
times 420.
Is that feet per 6 seconds?
Yeah, 480 feet per 6 seconds.
Okay. Sorry, I can't do math in my head, so I'm using a calculator.
I don't know.
Because I wanted this to be something where you guys could use it to travel quickly around the world, but then not have it so that you could zoom around quickly once you're in the world. Like you would not use this to get around town.
Right.
So
that's about
in terms of rules, it should have like a burst of speed that it can do a couple of times per day, maybe. And I don't.
No, I want you able to travel that speed the whole day, like a car.
Maybe it just has like a really slow acceleration, so it can get up to that speed, but it takes a little while. It maybe takes like a minute to get up to maximum velocity or something like that.
Oh yeah, it definitely takes a while.
Okay. So that latest calculation is about 90 kilometers per hour, which is approaching highway speeds.
A mile a minute, so it's almost 60 miles per hour, I think.
All right. So then we want this to be super fun and super fast. So we're going to have to go up again. We're going to have to go up to 600 feet top speed. I want this to be able to get dangerous.
Okay. So that's about 110 kilometers per hour, which is roughly what you're traveling on the motorways here in Canada.
All right.
So we're getting up there.
So we want to be ridiculously dangerous. We're going to double it. So now it goes 1,200 at top speed. Instead of 120, it's 100 and or 1,200. So basically 10 times the speed.
Okay, yeah, that's like 220 kilometers per hour.
Okay, it gets going ridiculously fast. But, like, if you were to travel that speed not in the sky, it would be super deadly and dangerous to you.
Right, yeah, or on like a straight open road.
Which there really aren't that many. Like, it's all hilly and there's
Right.
trees and stones and stuff.
Right.
So,
And also, we better hope that we don't accidentally intersect any, flying flocks of geese, or otherwise.
Well, this thing doesn't really have like engines or anything like an airplane does, so I don't know what I feel like this thing would do more damage to them than they would to us.
all right.
I wonder what's the cruising speed of like an airplane?
They go pretty quick. I want to say like they 200.
They do 500 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, approximately 900 kilometers per hour.
It looks like a helicopter flies around like 260 kilometers an hour. So it's
Okay.
like our speed is like
It's actually
a helicopter.
pretty appropriate, it feels like.
Okay, yeah.
Or that's like the average speed of the helicopter.
It's the speed of every helicopter ever.
Actually, that's pretty fast for a helicopter. 220 kilometers per hour.
Great. All right. Well, I'm sorry for not having calculated that well ahead of time, but thank you for assisting me in that.
It's gonna be 10 times slower than we could like go faster than
I don't know, I kind of like bragging about how it could go 13 miles per hour. Like, you've never even seen anything go this fast before.
maybe
And it probably haven't, actually.
what we just did, like what you just did, is about that, and then because we didn't go top.
Yeah.
Like we can still.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, if we do the thing where it takes like, I don't know, 20 minutes to 30 minutes to get up to top speed, and then you can just cruise like that all day. We have no idea how fast it can go.
Yeah, and we're like throwing up and stuff.
Yeah, he's the real throwing up at 13 miles
Yeah.
per hour.
It's like when people were first seeing movies in the theater and they were running out because they were panicked because they didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Did you know when
Apparently-
when the locomotive was first invented, they were afraid to like put the queen on it because they didn't know like what the effects of such speed would do on the human body, so they had to like put a bunch of test subjects in there first before the queen was allowed to ride the locomotive.
I know, like, when cars were first a thing, the doctors were all like, women should be riding automobiles because it'll scramble their brains with all the wind and the speed. Women weren't meant to go that fast. And it's like 10 miles per hour. 16 kilometers.
Oh dear.
So anyway, I'm bragging to anyone who is going to listen about how cool this Bugmobile is.
I'm continuing
It's
to
kind of
draw.
funny to think that scooters can now go faster than the first cars.
Yeah.
I'm just drawing out a map here for you guys of the world. Since you guys saw the original map I did, I've decided to add an extra continent. And I've made
a new world. We can find tomatoes there.
The new world was discovered, but we're like traveling in 2 weeks.
We accidentally discover it while we're trying to travel to the jungle.
Or like if the world is a sphere, we go this way, we'll be faster.
Ah. Actually.
That thing there is Sleeping Fire. This thing I'm coloring in blue. And the island you're at now is that circle there that I drew. There's a tons of little islands in here, like you're in this big archipelago that spans around the world.
So this is the full like circular, spherical map of the world.
Yeah. So we've got your Bloodroot Covenant, your Vasilic Kingdom,
British Columbia,
your Tririme, your Queendom of Jodin. So that area here is the Glass Dominion, the Gempire, and Dragonside. And this is the one that I haven't named yet that comes onto this side as well. We'll call it X for now. And I will get you some lore about that and send that to you in an email between sessions. But that is going to be the world that area is. I realized I didn't have something that was more like a traditional fantasy, castles and knights and all that stuff. So I'm like, I'm just going to throw in an area that is a little bit more like that. Not necessarily human, probably more orcs and elves and halflings and things like that. Lots of Aarakocra all over the world and Tabaxi all over the world too. So anyways, as you can see from the Glass Dominion, they think that where you want to go, I'll mark this with color, it's probably about here. And you don't know exactly where in the Gempire you would go. This is roughly where Bug lived. But you know you've got to get deep underground. And somewhere in Dragonside over here is where Sutran's other hand is. And you're talking about going to those various things.
Okay, so this is Mog.
Yeah.
This is sorry, what was she called again?
This is Bug's home.
But weren't we looking for the...
Right. So that place that's underground, Dark Chasm, is probably... Yeah, they'll have maps and help you figure out. It's probably about there.
And yeah, that's where... Sorry, why can't I remember her name?
Doomhilda is buried.
Doomhilda is buried.
Where do we go for our party?
Where did you guys start?
Yeah.
You started up around here.
And we think the Chimera is like on that northern continent.
You think that it's probably around here.
Yeah.
But it's like up in the rings, right?
No, it's in the clouds, so it's below the rings.
Oh, okay.
And the rings go around the middle, so they wouldn't be at the north. So that would be a good place to hide it from people in the ring as well.
I see. So the rings would kind of go around like this.
Exactly.
So the options for reviving Britta is to either collect the materials from BC or find a more powerful wizard.
And that's why you've left it in the hands of the wizard and the cleric and Casson to figure out how to navigate that while you guys try and figure out a way to save your masters instead of relying on the adults.
I think it was also mentioned that there was a note about the Stitcher who was in BC, but that area was pretty dangerous, maybe more than we can handle at the moment. So we're like, if we went there, we might just go to get ingredients. But
being from the Vasilic Kingdom, you would think of it as a very dangerous place that nobody ever goes. Like, it's terrible. Mm-hmm. But Brother Sarek is like, yeah, I lived there. I walked around. I was fine. So it's kind of like,
it's like people from the countryside moving to the big city.
Yeah.
Wait. What? Now that we have the flying machine, the bug, why can't we just bring Britta along with us? She can just fly in the back seat.
So we can have Britta's.
We can
just go carry her unconscious body around with us on our adventures. Doesn't she need medical care?
Yeah.
We'll get her medical care. That's all we have the vehicle.
I think it is easier to leave her here because then at least we know where she is and she cannot be so easily stolen.
We'll know where she is in the back seat.
Yes, why don't we just put her in Boxy? Boxy can carry her around.
Boxy's shaking.
You didn't even try, Boxy. You just shot me down straight away.
Where's her team spirit?
Where's your team spirit?
Wait, we can take her and the robots. They can sit in the back seat.
Unless you want to stay behind Togalta while we go off to Castle or whatever else, it would simply take mental out of our endeavors. We don't have many people with us as it is.
Well, I mean, if the robot comes with us, he can help us and take care of Britta.
I am called a Warforged, not a robot.
Warforged. Yeah.
No problem, my dude.
What?
No problem, my dude.
Yeah, do you want to come with us?
It's up to you. I was going to try and help find a cure for Britta and keep the gallery safe, but if you would request my help, I'd be happy to come with you.
The painter can keep the gallery safe. We can. What do
you think? Summoned a devil. I don't think he can keep anyone safe.
His track record does not speak for him.
It feels bad now. Like he. Right?
It doesn't feel bad about it. It doesn't mean it's actually going to be any better. I've apologized and felt bad about many things.
Well, we should probably get supplies and get ready to set out. It's still pretty early in the day. We could leave today.
It's probably about 2 in the afternoon now.
I am going to try and earn some quick cash by charging people to take them for joyrides in the Bugmobile.
Okay. How much are you charging?
1 gold piece for 5 minutes.
What does Espurial think of that plan?
He's still trying to get his stomach back. So he's just like kind of leaning over on the side, just like...
Yeah. It's also kind of helping me get used to flying it around. I'm increasing my skills.
I have to admit I'm shocked Espurial didn't want to upsell, like try and get you to go for more gold.
He's feeling a little whined.
You find plenty of people who will take you up on that offer. Okay. You can fit 5 people in with you. How many 5-minute shifts of 5 people are you going to do?
Well, I'm not going to let anyone else sit up front because I don't want them touching the controls, so I'll just fit people into the back seat.
Okay.
And then I'll take, what is that, like 4 at a time? No, 3 at a time?
You do 4 at a time.
4 at a time.
5 gold pieces for 5 minutes.
Yeah. And I'll do
there's
that.
unloading and loading time.
For like 2 hours or so.
So, let's do the math
and
on that.
I'll just take them up and like do a little fly around the town and then maybe like a dive underwater and then take them back.
We could open up an entire business. Just forget about Britta and our mentors, and we just start like a helicopter ride service. Do we have some other business idea too?
So that's like you're going to make about 16 gold pieces in
Not
a couple
bad.
hours.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's not a lot. Like that's
Skilled workers' daily wage is like 2 gold. At least by
but you're I mean the rich people would pay more, right?
Right. Zip isn't much of a salesperson when it comes to ripping people off. So she thinks that 1 gold piece is fair, so that's what she's going to charge.
Crane has had his assistant put together a bunch of food and stuff for you guys. Bug, you figured out that there is a storage compartment under each of the benches where, the middle bench, the one at the back, actually has mechanics and mechanical stuff. And if you're going to recharge the batteries, that's where you'd need to be to like cast spells into it. But the middle one is hollow and can be used for storing food and other things. And you find that there already are some emergency rations in there. And you can put in, containers of water and all that.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, are you guys sure we can't take Britta with us? There's 6 seats. It'll be perfect.
I think she'll be safer here, and when these guys find a cure for her, they can administer it straight away. And who knows, maybe they can teleport straight to us once that happens.
Okay. All right.
I'll at least be able to do a sending spell with you, communicate with you.
Yes, that would be lovely. If you have the chance to do so, maybe once a day might be too much, but perhaps every other day unless something comes up. Once a week.
I'll see what I can do.
Wait, is a wizard traveling with, going to go find the ingredients?
Well, they're going to try and figure out whether they want to get the ingredients or whether they can talk to somebody and convince them to do the, cast the spell for them, or if there might be some alternate things to do. So they're going to go to do some research at some libraries in some of the larger towns and visit some old friends.
Okay. All right. Then should we get going?
We should wait for the morning.
Why?
Okay. Go right now.
Sleep on the car. I mean, on the vehicle.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to do before you leave town? Anything else you wanted to check in on?
Yeah, I'm going to count those gems. Know how much we got.
Okay, so
Wait, what gems?
they're in Boxy.
Yep. Yeah, I'll
Okay,
take them out.
Boxy does not give the gems to you.
Why not?
Oh, well, Oxy, we can count the gems.
Oxy, why aren't you giving me the gems? I just want to count them. What's
Oxy,
going on?
Yes. Oxy?
We have to
What's
hold
going
it
on?
like... Buddy, we need to buy supplies before we go. We need that. We need those gems to do that.
He pops some coins out. Some coins that Bug had put in when you guys were in the Dormir's lair. You guys have 50 gold that pops out.
This is going to be a problem.
It looks. Just really looks like that and says, "Oh, wonderful! A single healing potion. That would be so much help. Don't make me have Zip turn you over and take you out."
Maybe Boxy ate the gems.
Boxy.
When you say that, Boxy looks really embarrassed. Flushes a little. And you see and then Boxy does one of these.
By all the gods and the hags of the Bloodroot Covenant.
Did you eat the gems, Boxy?
Bug, you need to train your box better. That is a very poorly trained, and I bet it's not even housebroken, and so they'll be putting leavings of gem scraps inside the vehicle.
Bug starts getting really, Boxy starts looking really grumpy when Eastburial starts casting aspersions on him.
Hey, it's okay.
Buddy, that was a lot of money's worth of gems.
How much money is it worth?
Casson,
We never got a hold on it.
if you ask Casson, he'll tell you that, because he's probably around, it's probably about a couple hundred gold worth.
That's fine. I mean, that's fine.
I mean, that's at least 2 healing potions there.
Type of thing that that he eats, then that's reasonable.
All right. Well, nothing we find is going in Boxy anymore. That's
We haven't had other problems.
Well, you wanted to put Britta in there, and there's no way we're doing that at all, ever.
I did want to put Britta in there.
Boxy nods.
That's
And
what
we're not going to put anything inside you, ever, again. You're going to eat everything.
Boxy opens up and there's like an apple there.
No, give me the gems.
A bag shows up, an empty bag.
Aw. Hey, maybe that's the type of...
I'm not angry, Boxy. I'm just very disappointed, and I'm going to walk away.
Let's just ask for more... you know what, actually? Why don't we ask if the wizard guy has any potion that we can use?
I'm going to use my last bit of money to buy the healing potion, and then some rations for the trip.
Well, you guys got stacked with rations. They gave you rations for free.
Oh, okay. Well,
They filled your compartment in the bug. Crane and Revan just was like, here, take this food.
Where did those gems come from? I can't remember.
Casson.
He just gave them to us?
Yeah, he was like, I really want to thank you guys for, helping me out. I was going to use these to make paint with.
So are they different colors?
Yep.
Is like... I asked Casson, were those gems, like, edible by chance?
Not to a human, but I don't know what a box eats.
I'm sure Boxy's been hungry, because,
Have you been feeding it gems normally? What does it eat?
I'm not sure, actually. I put all sorts of stuff inside. But does it eat gems? Boxy, do you have any... Where are my gems? Did you eat all of them?
Do you have other gems before?
I'm sure I've collected gems.
Yeah.
Like whatever trinkets I found.
Yeah.
Since I like gems.
He spits out like a little amulet that you would have got, just, some cheap costume jewelry you found, and like there are no gems in it anymore.
He proves that he ate it. He's like, oh, well, there you go. Look, we figured it out. Boxy likes to eat gems. Aren't you guys glad that we figured that out?
sorry, what happened?
Boxy eats gems. Long story short.
Just gives him a long, flat stare.
That's how he's been kept healthy all this time. Because, when I find gem, store it in there, he probably ate them.
So this is the first time you found a gem, stored it in Boxy, and then decided to try and take it out again.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so, yeah. But yeah, glad that I found this out.
Well, at least somebody's happy.
Casson says, "Well, look, you got a super fast vehicle filled with food, and you're gonna quibble over some missing gems? Ah, you guys are a bunch of teenagers, aren't you?"
Yeah, look, I mean...
At least we're not old.
Yeah. When you get old like me, you don't get any wiser, so whatever. I keep making dumb mistakes, so I don't have anything to say to you.
It's very depressing. Well, can we ask, I asked, is the wizard still around?
Yeah, you can ask, you wanted to ask for some potions, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to make a persuasion check?
Yeah. Persuasion. 14.
Cream says, probably have something. He sends Maris, his golem, away to go get him a potion. I'm going to pick a potion for you that is not a healing potion. I'm going to give you something a little different. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I'm just going to say potion of levitation.
Potion of levitation.
Yeah.
Interesting. So he gave us one potion of levitation?
Yeah.
What does this do?
Oh, it allows you to levitate. One time.
How is this useful?
Well, when you don't have the bug, and you want to get somewhere high.
Imagine if we'd had it at that temple in the tree. Might have cut down on some time. At least for one person.
Yeah, you guys got some rope? One person goes up, attaches a rope.
Okay. And do you have healing potions as well, or no?
No, I'm sorry.
Alright, well, yeah, thank you. I guess this could be useful. I take it and I put it in Boxy.
You whisper, "You can eat that one."
It feels incredibly light in your hands. And it looks like there's something floating at the top of it. Some sort of magical ingredient that keeps it...
Oh, how long does it last, the effect?
You can check it out on D&D Beyond. And it's like an actual item. You can look it up.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, it's like 10 minutes or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's got a decent amount of time.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't have a lot, but I can share that. I can share some food.
Okay. Appreciate it.
All right.
I think we can get going now.
Yes, we do appreciate what you have given. And trying to set up trouble and no more painting demons.
Yeah.
Or devils. Wait, is this Casson or Crane?
It was cream. But
Okay. Eliminate Bretcon the stuff about painting. And do take care of Britta, please. She is important to some of us.
it's important to all of us as well. That's why we're all going to do our best to keep her safe.
Thank you.
All right. So, Zip, anything you want to buy with that 12 gold?
No, I'm saving up so that I can pay Swell back
Okay.
for the potion that I stole from him.
You felt bad.
Well, he just made such a stink about it.
So, you guys, as the sky is starting to turn all the colors of the rainbow, you zip off into the sky. And you're on your way.
To infinity and beyond.
You guys feel a feeling of ownership. The fact that you, instead of trying to save Britta, have decided that you're going to try and save your masters on your own. You feel a little more grown up. You've got your own vehicle now, and you guys level up.
Yay!
You guys have accomplished some good stuff. You have worked together as a team. You have shown that you are responsible, and you have been rewarded with this feeling of greater magic that you can tap yourself into.
Yay. Are we level 4?
You'll be level 4, yep. Well, you guys, you can take a minute to be looking that over if you want. But you're zipping through the sky, and you're flying into the darkness. You're flying towards eventually the sunrise. My understanding is you're going to where you think Mog is. That's correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it's going to take you a few days of travel. Is there anything you guys want to do on the trip? Do you want to role play anything out, like being cramped in these tight corners? Do you want to be like fighting over who gets to sleep and who's going to drive when Zip's sleeping? And
I imagine Isburla is absolutely insufferable.
He gets motion sick. He's like, oh, I can't even read a book.
I need the front seat, otherwise I will get sick and throw over everyone.
There's not a lot we can do, is there?
Is there anywhere along the way that we can like make pit stops if we need to
gas station loves?
Yeah.
Like use the restroom?
We just have to like hover over the water and
hang over the side of the bug.
Pop open the side. Lower someone down on a rope.
There's got to be like some little islands in the middle of the ocean we can kind of perch on.
Yeah, that's what it would be. It would be stopping on like islands, because there isn't a lot there in between where you're going as far as like large land masses go.
Do we take turns driving?
Well, that's the question. Are you going to land when Zip needs to sleep, or are you going to try and switch people?
I think the bigger question is Zip going to let anyone else drive?
I mean, I'll let Bug drive.
Oh.
But
the youngest of us all.
Yeah, but he's also...
Get behind the wheel.
He's also read the manual.
Isburla is definitely going to take a shot, and mysteriously finds that he doesn't get motion sick when he's driving it.
Okay,
Zip will reluctantly let other people drive.
So we all take turns driving?
Sure. I think Priscilla was suggesting that she had made a roll. Is that correct?
No, I didn't, but...
Oh, okay. You just storytelling-wise? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. Bug?
I think it's just based on, driving.
What do you think? Do you think Bug knows how to drive? Being around Zug's stuff?
Yeah, I think he can figure it out.
All right. You're having to like strap something to your feet to reach the pedals or whatever.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, you find it pretty easy to...
Yeah.
Well, no, Bug's got long limbs. Yeah. He's a bugbear. He's got super long limbs.
Okay.
Yeah.
On your first island break, you've been traveling through the night, people have been sleeping, and it's probably around 4 or 5 in the morning. And Zip, you see a place, you've really got to stop and go to the bathroom, and you land on an island, and it's just you who's awake. And it just feels kind of magical to be in the middle of this ocean where there's nothing else going on. You're on a pretty abandoned mountain top. You've landed like on a plateau. And just looking out over it all, it feels kind of magical and majestic. And everybody sort of wakes up and has a bathroom break, stretches their legs. You hop back in the vehicle and you go for another day. You're eating the food that's been given to you, and some of it smells kind of weird. And in the cabin, you know, you got to pop open the back wing a little bit to like let a little bit of air in, because everybody's sort of farting and eating this weird food. And eventually you take another break. This time you're landing in a more, looks like a more habited island. You can see like a little village. Would you want to try and land where people would find you, or like sort of on the less populated area?
Probably in the less populated area.
Okay. Can I have a stealth check?
10?
10. You hope that you didn't make a lot of noise or whatever. You pop out and everybody gets a chance to do their business, and you hop back in and you drive away. And do you see that there are actually people in the village who are like, you know, are coming in that direction? And
I checked the back seat before we get in.
Okay. There was like, there's nothing in the back seat. What you saw is like a bunch of lizard people that were coming to see what was going on, and they seemed kind of frightened and by it, and some of them throw weapons at you guys. There's like this big metal bug that flies out of the tree line, and they're just like throwing like, ah! And,
do any of them hit us?
let's find out. No. They're sort of just cling-clang off of the outer shell of the bug, and you guys zip again through the air. The zip is zipping through the air. And it sort of continues like this for a few days before you get over top of the Glass Dominion. You start seeing on the outer edges of the Glass Dominion, they have enormous statues of conventionally attractive people, humanoids, mostly human, and halfling, as you fly by. And they're carved into the sides of these mountains. And you can see that there's a large mountain range in the distance beyond these sort of canyony deserts. And do you want to try to fly over civilization and get a look at what's going on? Or do you want to take sort of a wider route so that you can't be spotted?
This isn't our destination, is it?
I mean, this is the continent you're going to. The question is as you're flying, you basically have to go pretty far inland to get to where you think Mog is. Do you want to do a little bit of, you know, as you can look out of the left side of the window, you can see the city of such and such? Or do you want it to be like, no, we're up really high and far away from the civilized areas?
I mean, if Zip's driving, she's not going to be flying near civilization. She's probably just going to be avoiding these places as much as possible. But if somebody else is driving, I don't know. I can't speak to that.
Does anybody else have a strong feeling about that?
I think if when Ethan's driving, he would be going down near civilization, but only when it's going so fast that it's invisible. So it'd be like really slow, gradual inclines, and then really slow, gradual incline up again. And probably the first like 3 to 5 times, he just completely overshoots it. And it's like, oh, it's already gone before we can do anything. So.
Give me a perception check then to see if you spot anything interesting.
Ooh, I rolled a 19 plus 4, so 23.
23. What you see is, people working hard to build one of these, like carve out one of these large statues. You see a Colosseum-like area where there seems to be like a large crowd in attendance. On the outskirts of town, guarding it, you see an enormous, like, are you familiar with the Dungeons and Dragons creature, the purple worm?
Mm-hmm.
So like sort of that size of cactus snake, like it's got bristles on it that stick out and point.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a bug creature that is traveling through the desert and has this huge shell on it. And in the shell, there are people, like it's a siege tower or something. And so you get a view of a group of people you haven't really seen before, and some flora and fauna that you're not super aware of, before you guys are getting out into the desert. And I think we should, we're getting close to the end here, so I'm going to have you guys meet up with Mog. Leave you on a cliffhanger here. That Zip, I think it's appropriate that you're the one who's driving when you spot a figure. You've got a map here that you're looking at, and you're like, I think we're getting close to that spot. And you see like this one little black dot on the horizon, and you slow down your ship. And there's this one figure that is dressed fairly similarly to when you saw her in that vision that the Tabaxis had, wearing, loose flowing desert clothing. Paste in a picture of her here. She's wearing goggles over her eyes. And as you guys hop out, you can see her.
Well, wait. I'm going to bring the thing down and then kind of do a Tokyo drift. And pull up right next to her. And then I'm going to pop the wing open and I'll be like, get in, loser.
All right,
we're going to save the world.
We're going to go rescue our dad.
in that case, I want a dexterity vehicle check to do that cool move.
Got a lemon slice on her shield?
It is.
Amazing.
Well, I got a 6.
So you try this move, and the thing rolls. And everybody is like, whoa, ah, ooh, ah. And you all take... and you all take a point of bludgeoning damage from just being, your head hits into something, your arm hits into something. And it's just a really unstylish stop.
And now there's some vomit smeared over the inside.
I'm still going to pop the thing open. Be like, get in, loser.
No, get out. Isabel shoves her side and climbs out and just on the ground.
Mog, she puts her goggles up on her head and she takes her hood down, and you can see she's completely bald. She's cut off all of her hair. It's completely shaved. And she comes walking over to you and is like, sister, oh my goodness, Zapanthe. And she runs over and gives you a huge hug.
I'll hug her back. And then I'll also just say, don't call me that.
Okay, fine, sis. So, you've come to help me out.
No, you've come to help me out.
Well, Titus asked me to find out some information, and I'm super close to figuring it out.
Well, Titus is trapped inside a crystal chimera, so I think whatever he wanted you to do is probably pretty low on his priorities right now.
I don't know if I can go with you. He gave me a task to go find this thing.
What is it?
I'm looking for the lost library of Eravian.
Why?
Apparently he thinks there's information in there about what the Titans really are.
Well, I mean,
and if we're going to go
suppose
fight one,
that would be useful information.
It's 3 technically.
yeah, if we're going to go fight 3,
Oh yeah.
even more.
By the way, Mug, these are some idiots that I picked up along the way. I've been saving their butts the whole time. This is Swell.
Well,
And
Miller,
the one covered in
blue.
vomit is Esporil. And that guy's Bug. And then there's Foxy and Sutran.
Sutran waves.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look at you. And she like grabs your cheeks and is like, you're so adorable, you're a little guy. Oh. And then
so,
goes over to Esporil and like pulls out a handkerchief and starts, hands it to you like, here, clean yourself up. You'll be fine. Do you want some water?
oh, thank you. Yes, that would be wonderful. Do you have any wine?
No, but I have water.
Water will do. Thank you.
And she takes that blue flask at her side, opens the lid, and then says a word, and then she starts pouring it, and water starts coming out of it. She's like, yeah, it's endless.
Excellent. Oh, excellent. And he, will basically just take a little mini bird bath underneath it and wipe off all the
While she's doing that, I'm
chum.
going to kind of go up behind her and touch her head and be like, Mog, you cut your hair off. What happened?
Your hair is so beautiful. It's so long. It's amazing.
I know, but I mean, I was thinking of cutting it off anyway. Just,
Well,
it kind of gets in the way.
Yeah, I mean, in the desert, it's just so hot.
Oh,
couldn't-
yeah.
I couldn't handle it.
But, isn't your scalp going to get burned?
No, that's the hood.
Guess. But, well, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty cool, I guess.
I'm thinking of growing back, just the top part. Just maybe a little something around here.
Oh, yes, you can have a very cool, what do they call it? A hawk.
Yeah?
Sometimes they call it more hawks because, if you get more of them,
Yeah,
more
yeah.
hawks.
Some feathered hair.
Yeah.
No, that's something different? Okay. And
You're much nicer than your sister.
What? Sapanthi's adorable. She's so friendly and nice.
I'm adorable.
She's a delight.
And I'm always saving these guys. You should see them. They're always running into danger. Remember how the first thing that Titus ever told us was if there's a really dangerous situation, just try to get away from it? These guys never even learned that. They just run right in.
Well,
He's literally just
seems to
making
be
this
working
town
pretty
throughout the
well.
entire thing.
Yeah. Every single time Zip says something, we're just like,
Mog's like, I mean, they've got their own style. Seems to be working for them so far. You guys got this far?
Well, I mean,
And-
they wouldn't have got too far without me.
I'm sensing a lot of production going around here.
A lot of what?
Projection, the sort of thing where someone does not wish to admit that they have certain qualities, so they see it in other people instead of the things they do themselves.
Yeah, Esporil thinks that he's really
But
smart
he looks
because he has a lot of money, but really he's just got a lot of money.
I'm just smart because I'm smart. Bjorn has
Sounds-
two different qualities.
That's great. Tell me everything. Tell me what's been going on.
Oh my god, you would never believe it. And I'm gonna fill her in on the entire story while we're standing out in the middle of the desert. And the bug is upside down and it's and you're and then we found this witch and she made cake. Oh my god.
And Mog, she goes over and helps right the vehicle. She's really strong, and it's yeah, oh, that's great, that's amazing. Oh my goodness, I knew you could do it. Oh, and then what happened? And she's just so into what her sister is saying, and every time you guys add something, she's really great. Oh, cool. Anything you guys talk about, she's super supportive and just full of love and rainbows.
Wow, your sister is so cool.
I know, right? I've been saying that this whole time. They didn't believe me. They didn't think that you were cool. but I knew that you were cool.
How come you're so different?
Interesting.
I mean, we're not biologically related. We just, some of it's nature, some of it's nurture. But we're both great fighters.
Yeah, I'm gonna like wrestle with her a little bit, and she's gonna very easily pin me.
Yes.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, I win every time, and I'm gonna like go for her waist and like try and knock her over, but she's so big, she barely budges.
Yeah, she tells you about her, as you were talking about the lemon on the shield. She got it from some halflings. It's a magic shield that's, makes her sweet. Makes her even sweeter than her regular disposition. And she has become a rune knight, where she puts magical symbols on her weapons and her armor, and she can channel special powers. Like, she's got ice power and fire power now, and it's super cool. And she's very excited to tell you about that.
That's very cool. I show off my lightning armor.
She's super impressed.
It's like kind of like really scummy, like it hasn't been buffed since I first put it on and then literally never took it off. So it's like covered in like sweat and like food stains and stuff.
It's only been a few days, so it's probably not that bad.
No, we got the lightning armor on the boat when we were.
Yeah, I know it's been like probably like 6 weeks of our time, but it's probably only been about a week of your time.
Right.
I guess it's probably been bad because of the way you've been traveling in the airplane, basically.
Yeah.
She says, "Yeah, let's. If we keep going this way, another, few miles, we're going to get to the edge of the rock, and there's a secret door in there, and we should be able to get in."
Well, hop into the bugmobile.
All right, let's do this. And she hops into the driver's seat and starts trying to pull levers, and is like, "Oh yeah, this is great."
And I'll just like kind of sit beside her and be like, "Yeah, if you pull that one, it makes it like go upwards, and if you pull
I got this. Don't worry.
No, but you gotta. Yeah.
Well, she's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go so fast," and she slows down.
Yeah, and this one will like wipe the bugs off the windshield, and this one here will make it go invisible. I'm just pointing out all the buttons.
All right.
And kind of like backseat driving a little bit, being like, it takes a little while to get up to speed, but it does go really fast when you get there. Like, oh, watch out for that thing.
Is she good at driving it?
She's good at driving it. Yeah, just natural.
So we're all very impressed with her.
I mean, it's up to you. You can draw your own conclusions. You might be like, "Oh, she's too perfect. She's annoying," or like, it's up to you.
Okay.
So she drives you guys another like hour or so until you get to sort of the edge of this red rock cliff, and it's 60 feet in the air, and you're at the base of it. She's like, "Okay, somewhere around here there's like a secret door to go in. We just got to find it." And you guys want to help her find a secret door?
Yeah. Sure.
Give me some perception or investigation rolls, depending on how you want to look for it.
Well, on that, I'm trying to level up, and you're okay with us taking feats, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The one I wanted to take is Observant, which will give me like a +5 to my passive and stuff, but I can't select it. It's not in the list. So I don't know what, but in any case, +5 bonus to my passive perception investigation.
Right.
Regular turd.
When you level up,
18.
Boya. Okay.
Yep.
You're going to get a chance to either raise your skills, like your ability scores, like strength, wisdom, intelligence, all that stuff, or you can take something called a feat, which is like a special skill that you can get, and you can only get those when you do things like leveling up every 4 levels. So you'll have a choice to make when it comes to that, and we can help you out make that decision if you have questions.
I just enabled content sharing, so you should be. I don't know why it was off, but it was, so you should be able to get it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. Nice. I'm going to bump up my intelligence score as well, because I'm sick of being a dummy.
I rolled a 17 on perception.
So we got a 17 and an 18. Bug?
Oh, perception.
Perception or investigation, whichever you'd prefer to use.
Oh, I rolled a natural 20.
Well, you rolled a natural 20? Okay, I thought you said you got an 18.
Well, my passive perception is now 18.
Oh, okay.
But I rolled for it and got a 23.
I got it 2.
All right. So, Bug, with a 2, you don't see it. But with the natural 20, Swell is like, you spot like this line in the sand, or like it's been sort of filled in with sand a little bit. It kind of gives away that the crack, because it's got it trapped in the crevice. And it's like just a little, you can start to see the outline of a door, but it's not actually like a perfect square that you're looking for, or a rectangle. It's actually a very organic shape, but you can see it's kind of door shaped. And you go over and you brush some of the sand away, and you can see that there are actually engravings that have been worn down by years of being out in the sand that maybe had said some more stuff. And so Mog is like, oh great, thanks a lot, way to go, Swell, and like is holding for a high five.
Yeah, I raise my hand and do the like tentative high five.
She's, as soon as you get up there, like she gives you a good hard slap, and she takes off her backpack and she takes out a bunch of objects that she's got. She's got a horseshoe, a silk bookmark, a priest's thigh bone, a stained glass lantern, a frog, a pair of dice, and a warhammer. And she sets them all out and she starts saying this ritual. She says, this is going to open the secret door. This is what I've been doing over the past month or so, trying to figure out all these things. Okay. And she says it, and the door slides up into the ceiling, and you can see a tight tunnel lined with saw-like edges that goes on further. And I think we'll pick up from there next time.
Just as she's like setting up everything and like starting to say the incantation, I'm gonna just walk over to Zip and just be like, why haven't you told her about the ghosts yet?
Oh, I forgot.
I thought maybe you weren't telling her on purpose.
I just didn't think that they were very important in the grand scheme of things. When she finishes doing her her ritual, I'm going to be like, Mog, there's something else that I forgot to mention before.
Uh-huh.
So remember how I said we were on that boat and we were like floating around in the archipelago?
Yeah.
There was an incident involving some ghosts who may or may not have been the ghosts of your drowned orc family.
Oh.
Anyway, I gave them like the bracelet that you made for me, and they were like,
it was gone. I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah. I kind of thought that, like, they might just, pass on because they had what they wanted, but they were all like, we're gonna drag her to the bottom of the ocean so she can be with us or something. Anyway, they might be coming here into the desert.
Okay, so a boat full of my ancestors are coming to kill me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just thought you should know.
Yep, that was very helpful. I appreciate the heads up. She collects all of the things that she used to open the portal and packs them away neatly in her backpack. It's like, okay.
Just, in case they show up, they don't, surprise you or something.
Well, I appreciate you coming to tell me.
That's why I'm here.
Right. She looks over at Swell and she goes, "You worship Sundar? You can do holy spells. You can maybe help against the undead."
Oh, yeah, no, I definitely, we did that. When they attacked us, I did some stuff. Yeah, but
okay.
I can do it again.
Okay, good.
That's if they're coming to attack us. I don't know. Maybe they just need to have, like, some sort of, they're ghosts. They probably just need to I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, what I'm trying to say.
They're seeking resolution. I know. Ghosts, they're better settled down than fought. But, it's good to know that somebody of the faith, just in case.
Anyway. Looking awkwardly off to the side.
She has taken the news with much better than you might have expected. And we'll leave it there for this week. Thank you for joining us on our adventure. I'm excited that Zip has a license to drive now.
Me too.
And a convertible to go and see the world in.
She's already crashed it.
I'm actually surprised I only crashed it once, to be honest.
I did not envision this originally when I was thinking about you guys doing this kids on bikes thing, but now, okay, we've got some, bike, a D&D equivalent of a bike, I guess.
So we went from kids on bikes to teens in cars.
Yeah. There you go.
We definitely, and just putting this out into the world, we definitely need to drag race this at some point.
Yeah, we've got a desert. She's gonna find some nice salt flats.
Yeah, there needs to be some kind of race.
Well, maybe
to win the heart of a very handsome man.
Very buff,
person. Handsome man.
Well, maybe there'll be that's how you can solve the problem with the ghosts, is you'll just say, "We challenge you to a race."
It's a ghost pirate ship, and then this little mechanical bug car, and they just have to drag against each other.
We won't let you take her soul. We'll race you.
And we'll race you straight into hell.
Oh yeah, thank you for the game today. It was over a lot of ground, it felt like.
Yeah, that was good.
Especially after the several games we had on the ship to cover that distance we just covered.
4 times, yeah.
It was like, wow, okay. Good. Nice.
Any favorite moments?
I liked taking the townspeople on joyrides for money. That was good.
I like finding out that Boxy ate the dollar gems.
I think Zip flipping the bug car, was completely in character.
I'm so glad I made you roll for that.
Yeah, just the whole I'm going to do the sick thing and then just
whipping it.
Nope.
Mug's still impressed. She doesn't care.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us this week. May all your marks be magical, and we'll see you next week, same time for more adventures. Good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.